Okay, in this video, I want to talk about the people who just suddenly change. Let's say that they're narcissistic. These days, people would just say narcissistic, they're abusive. But you don't know that, like during the love bombing phase or something like that. But let's go a little deeper. Not just somebody you meet to date, but somebody, say it's somebody in your family or their family, or somebody you work with, somebody you go to school with, whatever it is, like you go to college, university with, and you spend a lot of time with them, in other words. And suddenly one day all along they're real nice and seem to be your friend or your, normal sibling, but one day something changes. Okay, in this one, I have experienced this since I was young. Knowing a person, not the same person as I've aged, different people, in other words, but just seeing these, somebody you grew up with or you went to school with, like I said, but even back then, and they're like, real chummy, real nice with you and whatever, then just one day it's like you might hear something, them say something, maybe under their breath, that seemed like a little bit evil. Yeah, I'm going to call it evil. That just was so totally opposite of their character. It was shocking, and you doubted yourself. You thought, no, maybe I heard wrong. Or maybe they were joking, something like that. But as time goes by, you hear a little more of these. As more time goes by, then they start behaving in that way. And you realize you were right in the first place. This person is evil. Okay, now I wouldn't exactly call this person a chameleon, the chameleon type personality. But it could be, it could be like if, say at work, you were at work, and until that person started behaving this way, you never had noticed that there was always somebody else around when you ran across this person. So yeah, the person was behaving a certain way around other people. But as soon as you were alone, that's when this person started showing their true colors. And, we all know that, or I think we all know that can happen in any type of situation, even like when you're dating somebody and, like I said earlier, they're love bombing you, and then whenever they finally reel you in and they're certain of it, that's when their true colors come out. And some people, they play, they know how to play it, to be one certain way until. And some people find this really hard to believe, I think, that, somebody can suddenly change on you. They'll say, didn't you see any red flags? Or, there had to be some kind of warning. And some people say, yeah, when I look back now, hindsight is 20/20. But really, all along, it wasn't there. Some people say, well, how did they fool you? They're going to blame the victim. Some people love blaming the victim. And some of us, who have been a victim, some of them, they will go down that line themselves. Okay, and say that they knew they should have seen this red flag or warning signs or something, and they didn't. When no. At the moment you didn't see it, there was a reason you didn't see it, and it's not always that you were at fault. Some people are really good actors and actresses, and it surprises me even that some of them are so good at it. You're just, they're poker face. You can't read anything into it at all. I mean, you can't see anything that would be a red flag. They seem innocent, or they seem decent or kind or whatever, but beneath it is this evil person. Yeah, some people will try to even, like you can do this yourself, and some people will try to make you see that you somehow, some way, somewhere down the line, you were at fault. Okay, like I said, blaming the victim. And they can, like I was saying, we were also taught to think this way, that we played a role in it somewhere. The role we may have played in it was that we were there. Okay, and yeah, but we're taught you have to take responsibility for your own actions. I was there. Okay, I was there. Yeah, like you're at work, you're doing your job. You were there. And this person is doing all this. You were there. How many of us have experienced this? You're at your job, and you start a new job, you're there, and all of a sudden, not too long after, your boss or your manager, supervisor, whatever, comes up to you and says that you did this and that, and you have no clue. Somebody had made the scapegoat behind the scenes, made you the scapegoat. Maybe they really screw something up, and they're going to blame it on you. You were there. You didn't do anything wrong. You were there. You were doing your job. Some people will say, you should have seen some warning signs. Whatever. You were there doing your job. You were there. And that's it. You didn't have any responsibility in what that person did and how that person behaved, who that person is. You were on a job. Okay? Let's go back a bit. When I said that about you hear them say something under their breath, it can also be like you hear somebody over the phone. Now, I've had that happen to me throughout my life, different people, and it happened just recently too. Not on the phone, but under their breath. You just hear like they're talking to themselves very quietly. Anyway, that's what's on my mind. That's why I made a video about it. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. It's if you want to subscribe to this channel and you haven't already, just click the circle icon that pops up. If you want to watch another video on this channel, click on the rectangles that pops up. Like, subscribe, comment, and share on your own social media if you would. And I'll talk to you all in another video. Bye.